Yeah, who doesn't know the struggle with the lowest notes on the saxophone? I certainly fought for years and years until I was able to play the low notes with confidence. And over the years, I learned a lot about what to do and what not to do when playing the low notes. And in this video, I want to share a few things I've learned with you. And I also want to show you an exercise that really did the trick for me. So the first thing should be always that we make sure that the problem is really with us and not with the instrument. So the first step should be to check if all the keys are sealing properly. You can do this either at home with a light, or you can also go to your technician and ask him to test it for you. If one of your keys is leaking, you can try as much as you want. It's going to be incredibly difficult to play the lowest notes. If your keys are sealing properly, the next step is to check your setup, because sometimes the wrong mouthpiece or reed can make it really difficult to play the lowest notes. So you might want to try and compare a couple of different mouthpieces. And you should take a look at the reed strength you're playing. In general, the stronger the reeds, the more difficult the low notes are to play. So if you play very hard reeds, let's say strength 4 for example, this can be simply the reason why it's so difficult for you to play the low notes. If the saxophone is fine and also the mouthpiece and the reeds are okay, then you can start to work on your side of things. One crucial thing that really took me a long time to understand is that in order to play the low notes, we have to do two things at the same time that can seem contradicting. In order to play the low notes properly, we have to make as much space as possible in our oral cavity. And at the same time, we have to maintain slight pressure of the lower teeth and the lower lip against the reed. What can help to make space in your oral cavity is to imagine the vowel ah. Another thing is that the position of the mouthpiece in your mouth might not be ideal. So you could try to experiment a little bit and take the mouthpiece slightly more out or in. And another little trick that I often see really helps my students with the low notes is to play with the lower lip out. What I also learned can help with producing the lower notes in the beginning is to learn how to play subtone. Because playing the low notes subtone is often easier than playing it with a full sound. Anyone who hasn't heard about subtone before, it's basically a special timbre that you can play the low notes with. Let me show you. In order to get the subtone, you have to move the lower jaw slightly to the tip of the reed. Before we get now to the exercise I wanted to show you, if you like this video up until here and you would like to support me, please leave me a like and maybe even a comment. This really helps the algorithm to understand that the video is interesting for viewers and it's going to show it to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss out on future videos like this. Okay, now it's time for me to show you, in my opinion, one of the best exercises to help you with the low notes. This exercise has to do with overtones. Maybe you've heard about this before. And we will do this exercise with low B flat, low B, low C, low C sharp and D. Let's start with one of the easier notes, C. First you play a middle C on the saxophone. Then you finger a low C on the saxophone but still play a middle C. This is possible because the middle C is the first overtone of the low C. Now try to slur from the first overtone, the middle C that is fingered with the low C, down to the low C. for me, this exercise was really a turning point. Before, I was never sure if I could really play the low notes, but after that, I developed more and more consistency in that. I hope this exercise will help you too, and if you have any other tips that you came across to play better lower notes, let us know down in the comments. And I would be also curious to hear from you if you have any other playing difficulties on the saxophone that you would like me to address in another video. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you want to learn about a really cool exercise that will help you to immediately open up your sound, make sure to watch this video next. It's focused on the soprano saxophone, but actually you can use this exercise on any type of saxophone.